Well, Graham, do you think it's fair to say we made slightly hard work of that in the end?
I don't think we made hard work of it. I mean, the opposition made us, go to the bottom of the well and dig deep, and that's what they do. Teams come here and they play above themselves. They work harder than they've ever worked before. Because I've seen Weston, 7 days ago, and they didn't put that shift in, far from it. So that's what we're up against. They play above themselves and coming out of what was a physically and leg sapping pitch on Saturday in the Boxing Day game. We knew we would be tired, and we were, but we ground it out. And Wrighty's managed to get us 2 good headers, and we ground it out, and we've got the 3 points. Which is what we wanted. But
presumably you must have been almost pulling your hair out at half time, because we started so well, took an early lead, and then Penny really had 2 golden opportunities after that to have made the game safe, and yet we then conceded. They then lifted their game considerably, and we were 1 apiece coming in at half time.
That's football. We know when teams having a spell of pressure and having a good spell of pressure, and they go 1 up and they continue that spell of pressure, and they're dominating the opposition, and you get chances. That's where you kill the game off and you bury the teams. And if Penny takes one of those and we go 2-0 up, it might have been an easier afternoon. But when people miss chances and they got the other end and get a goal and a lifeline, they're going to find renewed energy. They've got something to hang on to. They're back in the game, and that's when the game turns on its head, and that's when it becomes difficult. And that's football.
You made some changes at half time. Was that because of tired legs, given the Havant game where we've been down to 10 men, or was it a tactical change? What were the reasons for that?
Well, I considered before the game making quite a lot of changes, knowing that there's be 4 or 5 of my boys out on their feet, come maybe 20 minutes, 45 minutes, 60 minutes, whatever it would take. And those players, I had in mind resting Moses and resting Jez, because I knew they'd put in a shift. But at the last minute I decided to go with them again, just making the 1 change with Jamie Hand and Penny coming in up top. But I knew, even though we scored early, I knew after 20 minutes we were out on our feet. We were out on our feet, and I'm looking around at the bench of Jim, and I said, we got to get fresh legs on very, very quickly here, because there's some players that they're not going to go through the next 20 minutes. And to be fair to them, they changed their shape, which gave us a problem. We couldn't cope with their change of shape, and then that forced my hand at half time, not to just put freshness on, but to match their shape, and to go 3 in midfield to combat their 3. And once we did that, it gave us a foothold in the game, and then Drone obviously got us back in the game with picking up second ball, and then we started to find our rhythm a bit, and we fortunately got the second goal to win it, and obviously with the sending off makes it a little bit easier, and then we just got to deal with a few long balls at the end.
And 2 very good goals from Matty Wright.
Yes, it's what we, as you say, we it's not for the want of trying to find the big man. We've done that for most of the season. Unfortunately, every route we take to find the man we want seems to for whatever reason collapse at the last minute. Wrighty's come in now, and he's a boy that's got a lot of talent. He'll only get better. He's only 19. He's been asked to do a man's job very quickly, an immediate job. He's rising to the challenge, and we're pleased with that. And when you've got a big man who can head the ball into the back post, it gives you another dimension, and a presence in the box. So, obviously he's not available next week, but we'll look to probably prolong his loan after that.
I was going to say the transfer window opens on 1st of January. So do you see any departures, and indeed what's going to be the position with both Penny and Wright, other boys?
The transfer window for Woking Football Club doesn't exist. No disrespect, but we're not involved in the transfer window because we're not in the market to buy players. That's just a straight no. Do we change the personnel? There's no one out there who's looking to spend any money or take players off you. I don't think my squad will be any different come the end of January. If the Penny Wright scenario don't happen, then we'll have to get other bodies in, maybe in the loan situation. Yes, we've got our eye on a couple of players, like 7-day approaches, but we'll see how it unfolds. But at this stage, we're to our limit on our budget, and I'm not prepared to bust the budget at this stage. That's what a budget's for, to stay within, and that's what we're doing. And if we can hang on to the latter stages of the season, and if we can hang on in there with what we've got, and then we're asking the likes of players like Charlie Moon, Delano Sam York, Luke Medley to the 16th of January to come to the party while Penny and Wright's not around, and obviously Moses can play up there. We're asking those boys to step in now and do their job, which I'm sure they will. then we need to do that until we get to the latter stages of the season. If we're still in this position come the latter stages of the season and we've got a few more loan availabilities up our sleeve, then we might then do something regarding strengthening it for the playoff situation. But up until that point, I can't see it changing much.
And then we've got Havant again coming up quickly. What are your thoughts on that?
A very, very difficult game, like they all are, and it's going to be doubly difficult in the respect that they haven't played today, so they come in fresher than us. It'll be a tight game. It can go either way, as all games in this league can. They'll come and charge around and give effort and determination, just like Weston have today. So we know what we're up against. It's another cup final we've got to go to, the third in 6 days. But we'll give what we've got. We'll give every ounce of energy. That's one thing we can guarantee with this group of players. They're as honest as the day is long, and they give their heart. Sometimes, they run in areas or they give energy when they're wasting energy, but that's just naivety. But, it won't be for the lack of effort and the lack of trying that we won't come up with a result on Friday.
I think we're up to third in the table. Presumably you'd have settled for that, would you, Graham? At almost the just gone the halfway mark.
Yeah, if we look back through, we look back through the year, we look back through 2009 from August the 8th to where we are now, and at the start of the season, if you'd said to me, you've put a group of players together that don't know one another, wholesale changes, would you take, third in the table come, the date today, the 28th of December, would you take the first round of the Cup, would you take the second round of the trophy in January? I would have taken it all day long.
And finally, Graham, you've got a message for the fans coming into a new year. What can they look forward to, hopefully?
Well, hopefully they can look forward to what we produced in the first half of the season. If we can carry on that team ethic with a little bit of quality, then I'm sure we might be able to hang in there. But it's we're halfway there, and the second half is where it all happens, and where you put runs together and where you finish strong. The worry I've got at this stage is that we might not finish strong. We might go the other way, and that won't be through not being fit. It'll be through being young, inexperienced, mentally tired, physically tired. By 8, 9, 10 players in your squad never having played a season of football, competitive football, for 38, 40 games. Never done that in their career. So it comes demanding. That's what worries me. But we're going to be doing our best.
Lovely. Thanks very much.
Thanks very much.